Napoli fans around the world, welcome to Napoli Talk. Napoli have just lost, unfortunately, 2-0 against Inter. It's not a great display from Napoli. We did create a lot of chances. We did have a lot of the possession. If we look at the stats, we can see 58% possession, 28 crosses, a lot of corners, 9 of them. Much better than Inter, but at the end of the day, Inter were so much more clinical. So Inter's first goal came in the first half, cross from the right hand side, the ball travels the whole area all the way to the left for them to be pulled back for the right winger D'Ambrosio making a run into the box and slotting it home first time. We've seen Napoli concede these goals so much. The amount of times a fullback has scored against us since lockdown is incredible. We've seen it against Atalanta, we've seen it against Milan, now we're seeing it again against Inter. We need to make sure that Insigne and Politano or whoever plays as a winger for us is tracking the fullbacks all the way into the box because they're always free, and I think teams are starting to realize that, and I think Barcelona can really hurt us with the likes of Semedo or Alba playing like that. But overall, I thought we had a pretty decent first half. So I think we covered the spaces very well. And you can see here that we were covering their midfielders with lines of 3. That's why they only had the one chance in that first half. As for us, when we were going forward, I thought we played very well from the back. Zielinski and Insigne, technically the best players on our team, were making sure that we were going past the first Inter pressure, getting the ball to the upper end of the field, and I think that they linked up very well, and I think that they created a lot of chances. Politano was also very good in that first half, always going one-on-one against the defenders, sometimes cutting into the left, sometimes going onto the right, making a few crosses, making a few passes, and we were playing the ball very well around that box. And we had 2 very good chances in the first half, and ultimately we didn't score those chances because of some very basic technical mistakes that Insigne and Politano made, and this is very frustrating because it's one of the most basic mistakes you could do as a striker. So when you start off playing football, one of the first things they teach you, if we take a look at the Politano chance, is that when you receive the ball, at most 1 touch to control it and 1 touch to shoot. What Politano does here is he controls it, then he takes it onto his left foot, then he sets it up for the shot, and then he shoots it. It's too many touches, allows the defender to come back, close down on him, and then he's rushed to take the shot. Ultimately, he does pull it off, but it's not the best, cleanest shot that he could have taken, and I think he could have done a much better job if he would have controlled that ball with his right foot, and then again with his right foot, hit it across the goalkeeper into the other corner. I think Handanovic would not have been able to save that. And then the second mistake comes from Insigne. He's basically on the penalty spot in front of the keeper, Candreva to his left, and what does he try to do? He controls it, which is fine, and then he takes a shot and he tries to go across his body with Candreva coming in from the left. That's not something you want to be doing. It gives the defender the opportunity to block that effort. Instead, what you want to do is that you want to control the ball, open up your body, block the defender a little bit, and then curl it onto the other side away from where the defender is coming. And then in the second half, we lost a bit of composure. We looked tired. Inter seemed to be able to have a bit more freshness in them. They brought on Lautaro Martinez. He got the ball from midfield, made a fantastic run, and had a brilliant shot that went and beat Meret. Meret maybe could have done a bit better, but honestly it was a brilliant shot, bounced right in front of the keeper. And if anything, the biggest takeaway from this is not that Meret should have done a better job or that the defense should have done better. I think the biggest takeaway there is that the midfield looked tired. Once again, we didn't cover a counterattack like against Bologna, for example. And then secondly, that Inter goal proves exactly what is wrong with Milik. Players on other teams like Lautaro Martinez, and who are big guys able to take the ball from midfield, run 30 yards, take a shot, then why can't we expect the same from Milik? And he's just static. He didn't do anything in this game, and this brings me to my player ratings. I think Milik, he gets a 3. I just don't understand what he's still doing in this Napoli team playing. I'd rather just not have him play at all. Put Lozano, put Callejon up front, because when he plays, we're essentially with 1 man less, and I can't wait till he gets shipped off somewhere and for Osimhen to come in. And guys, I go into detail in another video why Osimhen is so much better than Milik and why he works well for Napoli. So make sure you watch that video if you haven't already done so. But apart from Milik, I thought the whole Napoli team was a bit bland today. There was a few moments of really good football from people such as Koulibaly making some good tackles, Elmas making some good dribbles, but it was very inconsistent. So I think everyone more or less deserves a 5.5 or a 6. The only two players that maybe stood out a bit more consistently are Insigne and Zielinski. I thought that they were technically so much better, creating the chances. They were making sure that Napoli was able to overcome Inter's pressing. And overall, I think that they deserve to be a cut above everyone else on the team. As for Mr. Gattuso, he gets a 6. I thought we played a pretty good first half going forward. It's not his fault entirely that we're very wasteful with our chances, although maybe he should improve that on the training ground. And then in the back, I thought we were playing pretty well, but then as always we conceded that typical goal coming from a fullback. So again, it's something he needs to work on in the training ground. But I think, 9 out of 10 times we were defending well and we did contain Inter. Anyways guys, I think that for the Barcelona game things might be a little different. I think our motivation might make us go that extra 10% that we seem to be lacking, especially in the second half, and especially when it comes to us being very clinical in attack. I think that will change against Barcelona, and that's really the only important game that we have of the season left. There is one more before that though, and that is against Lazio, the last game of the season. I would really like Napoli to win that game, and if you do too, then make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to this channel to watch the post-match review of that game, and also so that you don't miss the Barcelona one. It's going to be big. There's going to be a preview, there's going to be a review. I'm going to be in Naples for that one. So guys, make sure you're subscribed and make sure you share the Napoli Talk channel with all the Napoli supporters that you know. And as always, Forza Napoli sempre!